So get ready with me while I tell you the story about the most uncomfortable, awkward situation that I had at the church in Sylvania. So it all started on Sunday. And I woke up and somehow I was about to sleep in, and I kind of had this thought, like, should I go to church today or not? Because I'm feeling like I slept in. Is that like a sign? But then I was like, no, I should go. So I got up and I was like, what if my sleeping was trying to protect me? And then I was like, I don't know, nothing bad could happen at church. So I like to use one of these things, and you can put on the red one. I put on my face. So anyways, okay, so then now I'm going to put on this NYX glue primer, which I love. So then I go to there's a Catholic church. Sometimes I like to go to different ones, but I like the Catholic one. Sometimes I go to that one a bit more because I feel like people kind of leave you alone there, and I just feel like you do your little prayer and you just leave. And so when we go to do the Eucharist, I took half of it. I ate half of it, and I put half in my pocket for someone, which, like, I know you're not supposed to. Well, I didn't actually properly know why, but like, I suppose part of their, the way they do things is you have to eat it right in front of Christ, like when you go and take it. But I just put half of it in my pocket for someone, and I didn't have any bad intentions. I just put it in my pocket, half of it. And so by the end of it, I was in a good mood, and I was walking out, and a man stopped me, and he's like, excuse me. And I said, yeah, like, and then he said, did you put the little something in your pocket? And I said, what, the flowers? And he's like, did you eat it? And I said, the lavender? No, I just was smelling it because I picked some flowers and I was smelling it, like I do some strange things. But anyways, and then he goes, no, the little bread thing. And I was like, oh yeah, I just put half in my pocket. And he's like, oh, what are you going to do with that? Where are you taking it? And I'm like, I'm taking it for someone. And I think he's like, I saw you put it in your pocket. And when he said he saw me put it in my pocket, I got very scared. Like, why is he watching me? So yeah, so I'm using this now. I love this concealer. So then another man came along, and they're like, sorry, but you can't leave unless you take it. And I was like, wait, what? I just was shocked a bit because I was like, wait, what? And I think I just was scared because he said, I saw you put them in your pocket. I just had so many things going on in my mind. And then he said, yeah, you can't leave. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, like, yeah, you need to take it now. And I said, what, in front of both of you? And he's like, well, yeah, you can't leave without taking it. And I was like, what is happening to me right now? And I started to get a bit defensive, and I was getting very scared. And I was like, especially when the two men were standing in front of me, I then was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave. And I said, okay, well, I know for next time, okay? So I tried to leave, and then he's like, excuse me, wait. And he kind of like started to walk behind me, and I was like, are they gonna follow me to my car? And so when I was walking away, I got scared because I was like, are they gonna follow me? Like, so I went back, and he's like, can you just give it to me? Just give me the piece, the small piece of whatever I took. And I was like, just take it. I was just so scared. I just said, just take it. And I was just kind of like, I was also a bit confused, like, okay, here, just take the crumbs and just go. when I was driving, and then I walked away, and then I got in my car, and I was just like, what just happened to me? I was so scared. I'm like, what? I wanted to cry. I was a bit shaky, and then I was driving down, and I waved down this lady because I waved down this lady, and I said to her, like, I don't know what just happened, but like these men just stopped me, and they I don't know, he saw me putting the thing in my pocket or something, and she's like, yeah, they're just a bit like that there. And I was like, what? Okay. But she was kind. She kind of explained to me a little bit more in a nicer tone, which I feel like they could have done. But then I said, well, they kind of were like, follow me, they weren't letting me leave. And she's like, oh, maybe you should go and talk to the pastor about that. So I went to talk to the pastor about it, and I don't know, he didn't really do much. I don't think he really understood what was going on. And then he said, I told you before, you have to take that in front of God, like, you know, Jesus or whatever. And I was like, well, if someone doesn't understand properly, I don't think Jesus is going to hate me for it. And I don't think, like, you know, I was so scared. Those men were just in front of me, like, trying to take this, like, I just didn't understand, you know, I just said I was just really scared. So then, anyways, after, like, yeah, it was just a scary experience for a church. I've never had that happen to me in my life, actually. I mean, I've had a controlling, like, manipulative, violent father. Well, actually, so it's happened to me most of my life. But, like, I've just never had it happen to me other than that. So I use this as my foundation sometimes. So that's a good, you know, food for thought. You can mix this with your foundation. So yeah, I just I felt very confused and scared, and I don't know if I'll go back. I didn't know what to do. Part of me wanted to go to the police, and I felt so confused because I think I already get afraid of some men sometimes because I've had, like, a lot of, like, not great partners, and I've had a terrible father. So I think that, like, I just get really, like, weary of men, especially when they stop me in my way and they say they're watching me, and then they won't let me leave, and then they kind of follow me. I think that they just scared the whole everything out of me. So I still don't know. I wanted to go to the police, but I don't know, I still don't know what to do. I just can't stop thinking about it. I couldn't sleep. I think my body's just in so much, like, fight and flight now because, you know, just someone was trying to block my path, and especially out of, like, a small piece of bread. I just didn't understand. And I know it's part of their, like, the way they do things there, but, like, I don't know. I just think that you could have done it a different way or something. I don't know. Just my own personal opinion. I personally wouldn't stop people out of their way. I just, you know, it's none of my business where they're taking it. Like, God is always watching. And I think I had good intentions to give it to the person because I believe in God that much that I think that, you know, where I was taking it was for good reason, and I think God knew that as well. But I also have so many negative thoughts, like, maybe God didn't want me to, maybe he hates me, maybe was it me, maybe I've done something, you know. I started blaming myself, just so many different thoughts. And I know sometimes my foundation's a bit lighter, but I like to have it a little bit lighter because then later I can darken it with bronzer and stuff. So, you know, I like to have it and then I darken and so I think, and the foundations I use is actually, I like to mix them. This one and this one. I mix these, and then I mix a little bit of the Huda Beauty concealer in there because I used to love the Huda Beauty foundation, the Fox filter, but they don't make it anymore, so I just got that concealer and I just mix it. So I'm still a bit rattled, and I don't know what to do. Like, do I go to the police? Will it help me with something within myself? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe you're not supposed to, I also have thoughts where maybe I shouldn't be triggered, but I think that just so like, I don't know, I think any woman would be, I think any female, to be honest, would be triggered when two men and I don't know them, like I don't know those men, and just had the most scariest experience in the church. Like, I've never had that happen in other places, and people normally, they just let you walk away, they just let you walk away. If someone's annoying, you can walk away, but here, like, they're like, excuse me, you can't, like, you have to leave it here or something. I don't know, I just, so much was happening, I don't even know what I was hearing, listening. And so I feel like really sad. I don't know, I feel a bit sad, and I shouldn't let people get to me, but like, I don't know, I was just really scared, and I don't think those men understood, and I think that's what scares me the most. And I just felt a bit controlled, and I listened. That was another scary thing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even like stop and go like, you're harassing me, you need to back off and leave. And I think I just felt like I had no one there to protect me, or like say something, or like just tell them to leave me alone. So I don't feel like the pastor really did much either. But then, sorry, that's my dog's phone. Sometimes I use like hairspray to keep my eyebrows in place, but I use this one because this one, it doesn't make my skin itchy, irritated. So I just I use a pencil to line my lips, an eyeliner pencil. I use an eyebrow pencil to line my lips. I need to get a new one. And so, a part of me just, I think I just was shocked, because I think I didn't expect things like that to happen to me at church. And I just felt like, and then I do this to my nose, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I used to love a contour stick that they made. It was a really cheap one, but they got rid of that shade, and I just hate that when they do that with makeup. They just get rid of all the good shades that you like, and I get one of these brushes, and I just blend it. Can blend it out. I'm gonna blend it out. Okay, so then I just didn't expect that to happen. I also understand it's part of their, the way they do things, but put that all aside, I just felt like the police were talking to me, and I was and I felt so uncomfortable and scared, and just two men, it's just very uncomfortable, and I think they didn't understand where I was coming from. I felt like, because it was just one of me and two of them, and I think his wife was watching in the corner, but she didn't say anything, so that was kind of awkward. I was like, I would never want a husband like that, a man like that who does that. So I don't know how he is at home, I don't know, but like I would never want a partner like that in my life. And yeah, maybe he had good intentions, but it looked so bad. And I'm still trying to process it. As you can tell, I'm a bit down, you know. So now I like to put like the darker bronzer and stuff, so I'm using this one, which is my favorite. This brand. And this is the color, you know. And I went to work yesterday, and one of the ladies like, you look sad, and I just, yeah, I am sad because I don't know, like two men just tried to, like, I feel like they tried to put authority over me when, like, I don't think Jesus would have hated me for that, like, or they, you know. And people are like, oh, just let it go, but I don't know, like, if you were in that situation, I think any female would have been very scared. Whether they had good intentions or not, the way they came across was... So I like to use this palette, which is a little bit falling apart, but, you know. I like to use a light colour in here. There's kind of none left in this one. This is the Stralis palette. I like the Stralis palettes. They're really good. They have good eyeshadows. I don't like that brush. I'm going to use this one. Sometimes I want to use my makeup brushes as art brushes. I have some paint brushes that I use as my art brushes, but so that was my Sunday, and I wake up feeling really like just hurt in my heart. I think also because like I do a lot of things on my own, and I'm not very close to a lot of people. I'm not very close, like I don't, you know, so I just thought it was a safe space. So when that happened to me, like I was just like, oh my God, I think I need protection. I think I need a husband or something, because like I need someone to protect me. So I just had so many thoughts going on in my mind. But like, I don't know, I don't want to feel like I need a hot partner, but like, I like to use this brush for my eyeshadow, which I think it's for your nose contour, but like, or I don't know, but I found it on Shein, and now I use it for eyeshadow, like this. It just makes the perfect, like, fits the perfect way on your eyes, you know? And then I got this from AliExpress. So now I'm going to pick a colour from these, which it's all dirty on now, but like I got this off AliExpress. And I think this pack cost me like $6 for all these colours, which is a bargain. And then I'm going to get this eyeliner. I love this eyeliner. It's from Shein. Then I got this mascara, which I just do my top lashes. I don't really curl them because I just stick the fake lashes on top, you know. So I get these lashes from Shein, and I use this glue. I think they've discontinued this glue actually, so I think I'm feeling a bit tired. I've just been stressed so much, I guess. And then I also line my top upper where I'm gonna put the lash. Yeah, so that was like my uncomfortable situation at the church. I think it's just more shocking because it's at the church, you know, it's supposed to be a safe space. And I just wasn't ready for it. Like, I had my guard down, you know, everything. I've become a pro at putting false lashes on. Okay. I also like to put some like, oh yeah, by the way, I got this from AliExpress as well. This is really good. And I just, that's when I like to go in with my darker colors and just make myself a bit more of the color that I actually am, brown. Sometimes you can't. So what do you think I should do? Should I go to the police? What should I do? I'm still thinking about what to do. I'm still in distress. I don't know, there's a part of me that's like, if I go there, it might be like a sense of self-empowerment, or, you know? So I'm still choosing what to do. Because, like, I've had a hard, like, childhood and stuff, and, like, sometimes these things come up for me, and I'm like, do I need to stick up for myself a little bit more than I, because I didn't have my parent figure or mother figure, like, sticking up for me much. So nowadays I just feel like I don't want to let it go as that, like, this is this, which is really nice color, you know. And then I love to put, like, what is it? Oh, this on my nose, so it makes it highlights the shot, the little tip, makes my nose look more buttoned and like pointy. Put some here. And then I'm gonna go back with this, and I'm going to go over the band underneath, and so this is like, well, no, this isn't the final step. I like to get some Huda powder, some Huda beauty powder, and I get some of this brush, which I also got on Shein. I love it. Dog for that. Put on my eyes. Brightens it a bit. This is just the look, which I'm going to do my hair later off now, but I don't like my hair lately, so I don't want to show you. I don't want to video that. And so that's the end. Thanks for watching. See you.